Alright, this strategy is going to be our drop strategy to take the A site. I'm going to go through each player's role, and you'll kind of like see how this is how like the play will develop as I go through each smoke. The first player is just going to be our like entry onto the A site, and he's just going to come into lobby and just hold lobby early. If he wants to make like presence towards ramp with maybe like a flash just to like lock that player there for the like early round and maybe draw like the heaven guy down to help, even though that probably won't happen. It'll mean that the ramp player will at least like stay there while the execute is going on, more than likely, and won't want to like run away until he knows that it's an A hit. And then this player is just watching for like someone to push through hut like an idiot or push through squeaky, and then we'll go out one of the two with whatever buddy he has. The next two players are gonna come outside, and one of them is gonna throw our warehouse smoke. So he's gonna come right here. This player is gonna throw warehouse smoke, and then immediately turn around and run back into lobby and group up with that entry and get ready to push onto the A site once the rest of the smokes are thrown, which are all at about the same time. The next smoke to be thrown in unison with this warehouse smoke will be the guy that comes out here, and he's going to throw the mini smoke. So this is going to make the strategy look initially, so these two smokes will get thrown, and this is going to make it look a lot like our wrap strategy that we would have run earlier in the half, where the CTs are expecting us to be pushing through this choke point here, so more than likely our op is going to be swinging out, and our heaven player is also going to be committing to this outside, or trying to commit to this outside fight. This fake can be sold with like some kind of like maybe like a flashbang or something over here just to like delay a little bit of time. But once again, this player isn't going to commit to outside, and he's just going to run away back to lobby with the rest of his mates. So now we have 3 players in lobby, so those 2 smokes go out. Then the last 2 players, one of them will probably be our hard support because he'll be the last one in the site. He's going to need to buy a decoy and a smoke. The decoy is going to be to break the windows. So he's going to come into this corner, and this smoke's going to smoke off mini. So he's going to go from, there's like this vertical line here, and you're going to go from that over to the edge of the pipe, and then you kind of want to just look up like a little bit, and then hold the S key, and you're going to move all the way over into like the corner here, right? And then we can throw the decoy, and then right after that we can throw the smoke. The window's already broken, but you can see that the decoy will come in and break that window, and then the smoke will come in and land in mini where we want it. If we don't have that decoy, then that smoke's going to kind of fall like somewhere right here, which isn't where we want it, right? Because we're coming out, we're going to come out of squeaky. So that player is throwing those 2. If he wants, he can also like include a flash in that after, but that's not necessary. And then he's running and dropping, and pretty much when this player drops to here, he should be linking up with that entry, and then the other 2 players from outside are then pushing through squeaky. So the guy throwing the mini smoke is dropping ladder and going out hut with our entry, who started in lobby, and then the other 2 players that threw our warehouse and our mini smoke are pushing through this door. So if you're keeping track, that means that we have a smoke here and a smoke right here, which is going to leave the mini player very confused, and more than likely is thinking like, at least initially, is thinking like this is like a trap, right? And then like I need to like be focused on spraying through this smoke, or how can I play around this smoke, right? And that's where our last player comes in. So our final player, which is going to be like our lurk, he's going to start off the round. He's going to jump up onto this pipe right here, and he's going to buy the same thing. He's going to get a decoy and a smoke. So the decoy, he's going to aim right here in the same spot, so we can see, if I zoom in, there's like these two little lines right here, you're just going to aim like right on that one, on the top one on the left side. So it'll be decoy first, and then right after it, a smoke. And that's the same thing. The decoy breaks the window, and then the smoke is going to come in and smoke off heaven. So that player is going to do that, and then is immediately jumping up here, running, jumping on top of mini, and then dropping into mini behind the mini player, thus the drop strat, right? So, and with this, the mini player is basically just eliminated from the round because, you know, either he has the choice of like pushing out and fighting into like our players coming out of Squeaky, which is an unfair fight for him, or he's like sitting here distracted, doesn't know if there's going to be like a guy dropping here. And then like later on in the half, we can adjust this by throwing no mini smoke. So even if like he knows that this player is coming down drop, he's still forced to help the fight of these players coming out Squeaky. And as long as we can time it so that we have our players coming out Squeaky at the same time as this player is dropping, he isn't, it doesn't matter like which way he looks. Yeah, if anything, he's going to get traded. And that's going to make it really easy for us to take the site. Additionally, with this smoke up here that's being thrown, when this heaven player swings to potentially help for the outside push that he could be worried about, now when he comes back, he's smoked off. And coming through this like so is an unfair fight. And so with like our entry and our support here, the entry player should be coming out and initially looking for that swing, and then probably checking up over here to the opposite of Mustang. And then the player behind them, the support, needs to be coming out like with his back turned, looking up towards top of hut to try to clear that player or to clear a player playing at Mustang. And then additionally a player playing Asian Vent. So yeah, so that's the strategy. It's a little complicated, but as long as we like practice it a little bit and get the timings down, it works very well and makes it really difficult for the CTs to hold the inner bomb site without putting more players there, which then once we notice that they do that, we can then spread out to other parts of the map, where it becomes much easier to take the extremities of the map. So yeah, strategy.